Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be unboxing and reviewing the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Vanny. Now before I start, I would like to thank my little brother for handing me this to unbox and review. I would like to mention that he doesn't set aside everything for me to unbox and review, but he has saved a few things for me to do so. So, anyway, let's start off with the package itself. Not a whole lot going on. It's this same shape as the Santa Freddy, but you do get this nice black and red style to it. And on the front, we do get this part, which is not torn. We do get the name of the figure on the front here. Do get this plastic display of the figure. Do get the name, Security Breach, which I believe is one of the Five Nights at Freddy's later games. Funko, collectible figures. This plastic area thing up here is a bit damaged, and it was not like that when my little brother got it. I do remember this being in slightly better condition. I don't know, it might have gotten stepped on or something by accident. But anyway, turning this around, you do get your stuff. Do get all your warning labels and recycling labels and stuff down here. Do get this line saying collect them all. Of course it does. Do get the Security Breach name again up there. And here we do get a list of the figures of this wave, including Vanny. We also have, in the other figures of the wave are Glamrock Chica, Glamrock Freddy, Roxanne Wolf, and Montgomery Gator. I do actually kind of like the name of that one. Montgomery. So, with the packaging already damaged, I guess it's time to unbox said figure. I don't even think I would need the box cutter, if I'm just going to do that. Get that out of the way. Now, of course, I do need the box cutter, because looky here, she also has those iconic little plastic tags, those plastic ties that I ever so love. And there actually is a piece of tape holding this in place. Easy enough to remove with an actual knife. Her arm came off. Get that out of the way. Bada bam. Get those out of the way. Pop her arm back on. Boop. And then boom. We have Vanny opened up and ready to be reviewed by me. So, looking at Vanny, not looking too bad. There is her torso. I do notice that on hand. I do notice that her torso is a lot shinier than the rest of her body. The rest of her body has this slightly rubbery, matte feel to it, whereas the torso is more made out of a solid plastic, and is a lot shinier, I noticed. Looking at the head sculpt, it's alright. The eyes make her look cute. I do also notice that across her body, I do notice that there's like a lot of this stitch pattern. There's like stitching and like these like stitch fixes and all that. There's a lot of stitching involved. And I do believe that Vanny, unlike these other like animatronic peoples, I don't think she's actually an animatronic at all. I think she is just a regular human lady, just in a furry costume. At least that's what I think this is. Although the joints do still make it look like an animatronic of some sort. I do notice that. I also noticed how off the camera is. Yeah, the black joints do make her look more like an animatronic than a human in a furry outfit. I do like the bow up on her costume. That's a nicely done bow. I do like that. And we do get a bit more just like patchwork with this with this pattern going on her going across her left hand and her left thigh, looking really good. As good as it could be. And across her right hand side, we do get this more blue. We do get like this more like very faint blue color to her side. Get a little bit of her hand as well as half of her forearm. And we do get like the majority of her leg in this color as well, separated by this stitch pattern, which is also up here, right up there. Again, the stitch pattern is rather haphazard, and it makes it look alright. Her foot, her other foot, rabbit's foot, is in this more grayish color, and also her ear is also done in like this too. There's like a nice asymmetrical look to it, which is fine. Articulation wise, her head is on a ball joint. It has a good range. It has a decent range tilt side to side. There's a little bit of up and a little bit of down, and of course you get your swivel around. She does have those normal ball joints that can just pop off, like in the last, just like the Santa Freddy. However, I do think there's a little bit more movement in these joints. Like, she can actually do a 90-degree elbow. And her wrists, while I don't think are ball jointed, at least they don't pop off too easily. So you do get like a swivel on each wrist. And get this, she actually has a waist swivel. Extra points on that. Of course, you get your limited hips. Although I don't think they're as limited as the Santa Freddy. And of course, the knees, which, again, I think have a little more range than the Santa Freddy. Of course, they do pop off, but they're ball joints. They do that. Really, really nice. Overall, a pretty decent range of articulation. Like, I could, like, put her in a pose or something. And speaking of poses, let's talk about her accessory. What? Good, decent posability and an accessory? Man. Good job, Vanny. Now, she does have this rather traditional, like, kitchen knife. She does have, like, this kitchen knife accessory. If it will... There we go. With a very small hilt and a very thick blade. Very blunt, thick blade. Now, this accessory can, of course, plug into her hand. She can hold her accessory, I believe. At least I hope so. There we go. She can hold her accessory, but only in her right hand, because her left hand is sculpted in a way so that the knife accessory she can't hold it on this hand, just this one. Oh well, at least it's better than not having any way of holding it. There you go. You tilt it that way to make it a more solid connection. So she has her knife. I'm willing to guess by the knife she might either be some sort of killer? Maybe? She might be like a stab. She might like the stabbiness. Like, does like stabbing others, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe she's like a bunny chef of some kind. Yeah, a bunny chef. She cuts up the food. Totally doesn't use it to kill anybody. I don't know. I don't know who Vanny is. But I will say, accessory does ramp her up a little bit, even if it is only one. And for size comparison, here she is next to my custom siege Nemesis Prime. Centimus Prime, not Nemesis Prime. Sorry about that. And here she is next to Crosscuts. Now, I don't have Santa Freddy to compare to her because my brother is currently playing with it. And I'm going to be handing him this after I'm done. So I don't really have that. But you do see that she is of course, adding on the ears, adding on to a little bit of height. She is around deluxe size. I don't say scale. She's deluxe sized. And so overall, I do actually like this Vanny figure a bit more than considerably more than the Santa Freddy. I mean, come on, she has a good bit of articulation. I do like the extra articulation she has, including the waist rotation and less hindered articulation, and an accessory, and all that on top of a really nice design, really nice costume design that still makes the joints still make her look like a animatronic, But I do like the extra personality that this one has, even though I don't really know who this character really is. I don't know, maybe she's like, I don't know, I'm not gonna be willing to guess, but look at the poses I'm able to put her in. They're not great poses, but at least I could put her in poses, unlike the Santa Freddy. That and the extra knife accessory. Sure, she doesn't have a way to hold the accessory on her other hand, but at least she's able to hold it in one hand. Maybe she's right-handed. Maybe she doesn't really use her left hand or something. Very nice. Very nice. The painting... Again, painting ain't really that bad either. There are some areas where it's a little bit lacking, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. So overall, I think it's pretty good. I do think this is decently good. Despite me not really being a FNAF fan, I do like this figure. Like, she's considerably better than the Santa Freddy, in my opinion. And the extra accessory, which the Santa Freddy didn't have any accessories. Yeah, it's like really nice. I do actually kind of like this one. So, would I recommend this one? Honestly, if you're like more into the FNAF, if you're more into the Five Nights at Freddy's universe than I am, I would say go for it. I mean, this figure, even though I don't really know who she is, I do really like her. I do really like this figure. Very, very nice. It's kind of fun to play with. Now, if you'll excuse me, after I'm done, I'm gonna hand this to my little brother and tell him how nice this figure is. I think this might be one of my favorite of these Five Nights at Freddy's action figures. And I think that'll be it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.